Today we're bringing you the cleanest Vewlix layout ever. It is the Clean Sweep. It's the arcade stick that I've built. You've seen it before in other videos, but you haven't seen me do a build on it. And I'll probably do a couple other videos in reference to different builds and different layouts. We are going to be rocking some anti-scrub tech, aka the Brook PCB, and we're going to break down some of the parts that we have in there. So with that, I'm the most determined soul, CJ Berry. Hold on to your butts. Let's go. Previously, you've seen my other arcade stick. It is the Clean Sweep, and this has a Noir layout. And I also wanted to make a Vewlix layout. I made a few mistakes on this one, like for example, where the button placement is. These buttons on the side cannot reach the wiring. And so I moved the button right up here, and we'll talk about that as we continue to go along within this video. But I wanted to put this together live on stream so that you guys can see what I'm doing exactly. So let's kind of go over, not kind of, but we're gonna go over the stuff that's gonna be in this arcade stick, and then we're gonna put it together. As I was saying before, we're doing a Vewlix layout. And within this Vewlix layout, as you see, we have the buttons, they're slightly down, and then on top, they're straight across. I wanted to see if I can play Tekken a little bit better. I have a couple ideas on how I want to do my button mapping when it comes to Tekken by using this layout. And then we are going to use the, boom, these Qanba buttons right here. Boom, there you go. You get a better look at these Qanba buttons. Wait, can you see that? Yeah, it gets a little blurry, but you kind of get the drift, right? You have these Qanba buttons right here, and then we are using the 40th anniversary Seimitsu lever, this one right here, and then I've already modded it with Freak Mods so that you can take the lever on and off your arcade stick. Boom, there it is. You can take it on and off with no problem, too easy. Then we have the Brook PCB. Boom, this does the PS4. And then we have the Brook wiring cable. That's something that you definitely need. And then one thing that's gonna be different about mine, I think the thing that's gonna, I don't wanna use the word stand out, but one of the things that, you know, like, hey, that is a Khepri arcade stick. I'm gonna always use a yellow push button for the 24mm button. For the PlayStation or the Xbox, you know, home screen button. So I'm gonna put that on there too. Then finally, something that's a little bit different than some other arcade stick builds that other people have. I'm gonna be using these little things right here. I don't know what to call them, but these parts right here, these are the things that kind of hold the arcade stick together. I have 4 of them, and then instead of using a screw, I'm going to use one of those Allen wrenches to put this all together. And that's just my little thing that I like to have for this particular arcade stick build that I like to build. So the very first thing that I'm going to do with this build, because I've already kind of put it together just to make sure all the pieces come together. That's really, really important when you're creating stuff like that. So as you see, all the pieces already come together. I'm happy about that. So I officially can take this part apart. Let's take this apart again. Wow. I got it in there really, really snug. That's what happens with the acrylic. I got that in there really snug. I said shrug. I got that in there really, really snug. Let's put this off to the side real quick, like, so we can really talk about this. So these are the side panels, and I'm gonna stick the buttons in the side panels first. I think that's really, really fair. I don't have an art design to go on the side panels. Maybe a little bit later, maybe on another build we'll do that, but I'm not gonna do that for this build. But now I can go ahead and snap these buttons in. That's really, really easy. That's one thing that's cool about the snap buttons. You can do it really fast. The thing that I don't like about the snap buttons, sometimes it can be a little hard getting out. That wasn't hard that time, but sometimes they can be a little hard getting out. And yeah, I like that. So we're gonna put this like this, and boom, they are in there. I like that. It has a little sticker on it. I guess we can take the stickers off after we're done. I think that'll be the last part of the process. We'll take the sticker off. We're gonna take this part right here, and we are gonna snap these in like this. Snap, snap. Now look at all this red. That's really nice. And then to break up kind of that red pattern that you see here, we're gonna take this small one, and like I said, this is kind of, I want this to be my little signature. I'm gonna take this little yellow button, regardless of what the style is. This little yellow button kind of tells you it's me that had built it. Boom. There you go. There you have it. Boom. And then this time, on my other arcade stick, I was talking about how I did not like this style of USB, but for this build, I'm gonna put it on there anyway. Boom, we'll put this right here, and we're gonna put it on right there. Normally there's like a little cushion or a little spot that's there so it doesn't rub raw or kind of like break. There's a little bit of space in between this and the arcade stick, but I'm not gonna do this time because this is mine and I'm okay with that. If it was anybody else's that I was building for, I wouldn't do that. I would make sure it had all the pieces there. But again, I think this also plays into why I prefer the USB-C one, because it already has that stuff built into it. Use that piece. Let's take these. We're gonna put these off to the side now. Next part, we come back over here and talk about this Vewlix layout. As you see, it's a little bit different than the Noir layout. The Noir layout is more rounded, and it has your fingers like how your fingers naturally sit and curve. Well, this one has it straight across. I kind of like this layout for games like Street Fighter. I'm surprised nobody thought about it and saying, hey, light, medium, heavy, and then drive impact and drive rush, but you know, it just kind of is what it is. For me, I think when I'm playing Tekken, what I'm gonna do is go, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then drive rush and heat. And then I'm not too sure what I'm gonna use these buttons for. I'm probably gonna leave them blank. Kind of like phantom buttons to throw your opponent off. But you know, I think that's one of those things you do back in the day when you were a kid to throw people off. You had, you know, fake buttons or fake inputs, or you hit buttons extra so that your friend doesn't know your moves that you're putting in, or so that they don't know the fatality that you're putting in. So you push a little bit of extra so that they don't know the secret. Talking about gatekeeping, that gatekeeping as a kid was a real thing. So I think that's freaking hilarious that we were gatekeeping as kids. So boom, there it is. We have all the red buttons in there. That was too easy. You just snap them, boop, 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 boop. They're in there. So the next part we're gonna do with this before we put it all together is we're gonna take the lever that's there, and we're going to attach it to this base plate right here. I think the biggest thing with these, and people argue with me, I don't mind arguing a little bit. I'm not going to argue with everybody, but I like having the freak mod because I can just take the lever off and it makes it easy to build, and then it's easy to put in my book bag. Who doesn't like ease of access and not damaging the lever? Me, don't damage your lever because you're just being a weenie. You know, do the right thing and make sure that you're putting your lever in here and not making it get damaged from travel and stuff like that. So we're gonna put that in there. We're not gonna have the freak mod lever on, and we're gonna put it together. We screwed the lever in. That's a good thing. We're done with that. But I don't know, I see a little piece right there that's sticking out. I don't know if that's gonna get in the way of the buttons, but only time will tell. Let's stick this on top, see if it does. And, oh, it doesn't. It does not get in the way of the lever. So now what we're gonna do is start putting in the screws. I'm gonna take some of these small screws and put them in here. And then we're gonna flip this over. There's actually a specific process that you got to do with this so that you don't damage your lever. But yeah, that's what we got to do next. We're gonna take these and put the screws in so that we can get everything else put together. And boom, we're gonna stick it in like that. And then we're gonna take this other one and stick it in like this. and then we're gonna flip this all over. Let's pray that all the screws stay into place. Boom, and they do. Nope, bad luck. Only one didn't stay in, but that's okay. We're gonna, or you know what? Or I can just screw it one at a time. That makes a whole lot more sense. Well, I'm just a silly goose. Come on now. We're gonna screw it in right now. If you look here, what makes sense to you? Sorry, what makes sense to you? You see the 40th anniversary stuff and you can read it up and down, right? But then when I push down, it goes up and up goes down. I don't think that's a mistake. That's on the people that make the arcade stick that wired it to where, you know, to be that way. You know, I don't think that's my fault. There we go. Yeah, that's why I say this part right here is it's the hard part. And then instead of just trying to make this look really pretty, I just want to play. If I made this for somebody, I would indefinitely make it like really pretty. But I'm like, nah, I don't need to make it pretty this time. However, I'm gonna fold down the buttons here so that it does get in there. But yeah, this is my personal one. So because I'm doing a lot of testing and all that good stuff with these, I'll fold the button pieces down like this. Yeah, because there's a way cleaner way to ultimately do all this, and I'm just choosing not to do that cleaner way. You didn't make it clean enough. I'm like, all right, dude. Sure, I didn't make it clean enough. That's probably what freaking Meow Cool Cat will say. Hey, dude, you didn't make it clean enough. Hey, look at me. My name Meow Cool Cat. I do. On each side, and then we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna tighten it up again. Boom. Let's flip it over one more time. Because these ones, oh wait, hold on. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do the little feeties. Oh no, we didn't do the little feeties. So we're gonna put the little feeties on here now that we tighten them up a little bit. You gotta have the little feeties. Oh, you're little feeties. Oh, there we are. There, done. So if you look really close here, you get to see all the wiring and all the craziness that's in there, but we're gonna cover that up here in a second. And then when you flip it over, boom, you get to see the upside down Seimitsu. You get to see the PCB right there. I think I might cover that up in some form of fashion as well. So I'm gonna take a little sheet that I got from Evo. This is from, where did I get this from? This is Team Legend, and they had these little cleaning sheets for your arcade stick. And I think they're really convenient. I like it. I like it a lot. And so now I don't have as many fingerprints on here. I'm gonna flip it over on this side. Wipe it down so there's not a lot of fingerprints on this side either. Boom. It also has a waterproof side as well. Boom. It's like a chamois. Boom. It's wiped down, and I think we should be good to go. And I think this looks very lovely. As a matter of fact, where is the, oh, we're gonna take this lever. The lever that I'm gonna use is black and orange. We put a little orange lever here. It's almost like a Charizard. Ah, I like this. I like the way that feels. It feels good in the hands. All right, the next step we're gonna do, we're gonna put the Khepri stickers on. Boom. Try to get the least amount of bubbles here. And Paul is definitely my guy right now, and we're gonna win. I like this costume here that he has, and then I'm just putting it on random so nobody be like, hey, you're not being fair. You're not being fair. I'm super proud of it. Let me see if I can do one of the crazy combos out of there. Am I doing that combo right? Let me see. Ooh, I missed. I'm having a hard time getting that last part in there. Wait. I'm not kidding. I've got to get it one time. That's a combo that I've been working on. Yeah, I like that combo. All right, so yeah, we can get these. We can get these. We can definitely do this. Yes, we definitely can get this with Paul. But let's I like this. I like this. So there you have it. I don't know what I'm gonna call this red one. The green one that we have here, this green one right here, we call this the clean sweep. Obviously, we call all of them are clean sweeps, right? But this is the Fight Money Mint Green. Fight Money Mint Green right here. I think that's really cool. I think that's a nice, cool name. But this one, this is the clean sweep, but I haven't had a name. I don't have a name for this color yet. So maybe you guys can help me out with the name for the color for the red one, and I'll come up with one eventually, right? But yo, tell me what you think about the clean sweep, or if you got questions about the clean sweep, please let me know or ask your questions in the comments below. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I'm the most determined soul, CJ Perry. Success and victory don't block you with your face, and I will see you guys on the next time. Peace out. Thank you.